Welcome back, you guys. I am so glad you're here because I am so excited for today's video. Last year, I did a video talking about my top 25 palettes in my collection that really stand out. I've kind of done similar types of videos as well, but I'm talking about this particular one because that was one of my favorite videos that I've ever done, and I wanted to do it again. So this time we're doing my top 20 palettes that stand out, but these are a completely different set of palettes, and I'm excited to show them to you, explain to you why they are favorites for me, and show you like some of my favorite shades in the palettes, some of my favorite combos. It's gonna be so fun and I can't wait to get into it. I hope you guys love it too. Listen, we're not gonna look at this wet spot on my shirt. I accidentally spilt my cherry chai latte. It happens to me every time I try to eat or drink anything, but that's all besides the point. We're gonna get into this video. So, if this happens to be your first time here, hi, welcome. My name is Heather and I do love all things makeup, but I really love colorful makeup and indie brands, which you will be seeing a lot of here today. But if you happen to love those things too, I truly hope you will subscribe and stick around. Hopefully there will be tons more fun videos to come up, and I have a lot that I've already posted as well, but I'm excited to get into this. So I do have 4 honorable mentions that I want to talk about closer to the end, because these ones kind of shocked me how much I ended up really loving them. We'll get into that, but let me get these organized by brand and then we're gonna get started. Okay, so let's start with one of my favorite brands. Honestly, there's a few favorites in this situation, hence that's the reason they're favorites, because to me they really do create things that really stand out, and I'm excited to show you like my favorites. So the brand that I am talking about is Adept Cosmetics. I love them, and it's no secret that the Amy Loves palette is one of my favorites, not just from Adept, but also within my collection in general. I love this. So one thing I've discovered about myself since 2024 is that I really love cool tones a lot, and this one delivers some of my favorite things. We have cool tone neutrals. I love the cool tone added pop of blue in here as well. I've had so much fun with this palette. I think it's so beautiful. This hollow out here, it's called Indie. She is so stunning. I've had such a blast with this over time, and I'm happy to have it in my collection and to keep using it. It was a favorite of mine for wintertime especially, but I like to draw inspiration from seasons. I don't necessarily do my makeup according to the season, if that makes sense. But this one is really inspiring to me, and when I look at it, I just see all the ways I can really bring some fun things to a look, especially this shade here, Lavender. It has like this gorgeous like blue shift to it. If you look at it in the pan, it is coming off more blue, but my favorite way to use a shade like this and to make it kind of like a pop of color is to also use it in combination with this really light pink as well. But instead of doing the blue matte, I like using like Mocha, Billion Much, and then Scrunchie all in the crease, using Scrunchie to deepen up more than anything, and then adding this on majority of the lid with the pink in the inner corner. And I feel like that really shifty shade gives you this gorgeous pop of color that's so unexpected, depending on which way you move your like eye and stuff, and which like type of lighting you have around you. I just think that makes it super fun. This is one of the most beautiful shades in my collection, and I absolutely love it. I also really love Glam. I mean, we all know I am a sucker for hollow, and that is really fun as well. Like the holographic glitters in here are really, really beautiful. I have green eyeshadow under my nail, so ignore that, but it's beautiful. And this shade Glam is like the most metallic, like baby pink, soft pink type of shade I've ever seen in my life. It is such high shine, like it's not even funny. And again, this shade on a smoky eye, you could do like, or a soft glam, smoky glam, which I mean is more my vibe, but it's so stunning. Oh, and caramel. This one is really pretty too. And then you have the shade Stunning, which is like really silver. This one is more like, has more white to it. This one has more like straight up silver. They're so reflective. So reflective. You could get some really fun eye looks out of this palette, and that's why I love it so much. It's so fun. And even though we do have a lot of like gray leaning neutrals in here, I feel like the shimmers add such an unexpected like shift to the palette. It makes it so much more fun, and I think they did a fabulous job on this one. And if you're wondering what's on my eyes today, it is the Fantasy Cosmetica Ranger palette. I should have told you that in the intro, but I forgot. This is the first look I did with the palette. I cannot wait to create another one. That video should already be up though. I am pre-filming a bit for my next trip. So this one you'll probably see while I'm gone to Greece or Croatia. But hopefully you love it. I love doing videos like these where I talk about palettes. Palettes are my absolute favorite step in makeup. I get so excited by them. They're awesome. So the next Adept palette I wanted to mention is the Cyborg Choir. So I bought this one a few months ago, but since I've fallen so in love, like she is a nasty mess, but these shimmers are so good. Not even just that though, the matte selection here goes from really light to really dark, which is my favorite thing about like in a matte color story. But I really love that they have 5 like really beautiful shades, and these shimmers are so outstanding, and their shifts are like really heavy when they have a shifty shade. And I love that a lot. It makes the looks more fun, in my opinion. And when I do an eye look, I like to swatch out the shimmers, and then I plan my mattes according to that shimmer. And that's how I create really fun looks. Or if I see 2 colors side by side in a palette, and I really love the way they look, I try to find a way to make those 2 colors work together, and usually I can do that with a shimmer depending on like which way they shift. Now some of these aren't shifty, they're just like full-on holographic and bam in your face holographic. They're so good. But this shade Cybernetic Spark is so pretty, and used with a like neon green, this is stunning as well. But I really like it with this like really bright pastel yellow and this really beautiful blue with this on the lid. I think it is so pretty, especially if you like take this shade Cyber Symphony and you put this on the inner part and then use this as like a pop of color in the center with these 2 in the crease. It's stunning. I have created that look before and I really loved it. You could also use the purple with this to make it work as well. Like, it's such a pretty color story. And even though one might think that really doesn't go, it's the fact that it doesn't go is going to be the thing that makes it look so beautiful, in my opinion. Sometimes those like shocking twists are really good. Like when you can bridge 2 colors together and like create a color story with an accent color and use that as your pop. that's my favorite thing to do. These shimmers are like so show-stopping though. Honestly, to do a neutral eye and then add one of these to the lid, that's going to be really insane too. These are some of my favorite shimmers in my whole collection though. This palette is just so freaking incredible. You can see the green under my nail, but also the holographic shifts. I talk about this palette a lot in a lot of different videos, but it's for good reason. It's because it's so freaking good and I love it. If I lost it, I would buy it back immediately. It is one of my favorites for sure. Last Adept palette that I want to talk about. So this is the Emo palette. I do have looks up with this palette and I love this one with my whole entire heart. I think it is so freaking good. I really love this color story because it is kind of muted, but you have these like gorgeous freaking beautiful shimmers in here that really just take my breath away. But like the way they make these colors work together is so freaking fabulous. For example, this is one of my favorite shades in the palette. It is called MC1. And with this one shade, you get pops of Light Touch, Grayable, Pear, and even Storm kind of like as a base. So really this shade would work with any of those. You could do any of them throughout the crease by themselves with this on the lid and maybe use a little bit of Whisper on the inner part to brighten. But you could do really cool two-tone looks with this as well, because depending on what you put it on, the shade is going to look different. You could do these two in the crease with this on the lid. That would be really beautiful too. You could also do, let me look. I see that green. So like the green on the inner part, this on the outer half, because this does have like a slight blue undertone to it, and then do this on the lid with even maybe even a little bit of Allure on there as well. Just make sure these two mesh together, and as long as you keep this blue like out here kind of where I have like this orange shade, it's gonna add the pop. And it being by the green and the other blue is really going to make it work more towards those colors. But even the pink goes with the green. You know what I mean? It just all ties together. And MC1 is one of the best shimmers in my collection. I just absolutely love it. I also really love this shade because it has like the sage green base, but it also has a little bit of grayable in it. So this in the inner corner, this in the outer corner, you can deepen up with black and brown. Put Dormant all over the lid. That is also a really gorgeous look. These are like my most inspiring palettes in my whole collection. Every time I look at them, as soon as I look at them, I don't have to think about what I want to do. I just can't wait to like sit down and create whatever comes to mind. And that's why I love them so much. They're truly so inspiring to me. Now, let's talk about Bella Beauty Bar. This palette really shocked me, and if you watch the other video, there's a lot of Bella Beauty Bar in there too, and I really didn't want to do repeats, but I wanted to mention this one this time because this palette is so freaking beautiful. And you guys know I really love a like smoky outer corner. I love a lot of drama in my eye looks. So when I picked this up, I picked it up solely because one, I love their formula so much. I also love their shimmer formula, their matte formula. I love both types, but I thought it would only be a companion palette because this is the deepest shade in the palette, and I knew that I do like a lot of drama in my looks. So when I used this the first time, I found myself really shocked because I didn't feel like I needed the drama. The looks, the shades are so bright and vibrant and beautiful that honestly, they're fabulous all on their own. It wasn't even necessary. This is such a freaking stunning palette, and one of my favorite looks I've ever done, I created with this one. I do have a video up on this as well. These two shades together are so delicious. I just freaking love them. But this one is so good. And again, there are a lot of really beautiful duos in here. Like the shade right here, what is it? Cleopatra Lily really brings these two shades together. And I love that they are really good about putting those shimmers with, you know, like the mattes that really correspond to them, such as this one, Pansy. This has like the most beautiful soft green iridescent shimmer in there that really ties this whole situation together. And same with this one, Green Wizard. Oh, it's beautiful, and it really makes the greens work with the purples as well as the pinks. It's just a stunning freaking palette, and their shimmers are also some of my favorites. They're such high shine, beautiful quality. They look gorgeous on the lid. I don't have any issues with them either. They did just reformulate this and re-release it, and they put it in new packaging, and it's really beautiful. I kind of wish I had that one, but this one is still new to my collection. It's like not even a year old yet, so I really didn't want to spend the money on another one, you know what I mean? But I am eyeing that. However, I did pick up the new remastered version of Smoky Glam because they like wholly revamped that palette, and I want to compare them. We're going to do a video on that, which might already be up as well. I don't know. Like I said, I am pre-filming. But none of you are going to be surprised to see the Poison Garden mentioned in this video, because this is one of my favorite palettes in my whole entire collection, and for good reason. It does exactly what I love about like shimmer shades. It bridges the weirdest colors together, and I'm so excited to share them with you. This is stunning. So, as you know, well, most of you, if you've been here for any amount of time and to see me talk about this palette, this shade right here, Belladonna, is one of my favorites. But also, one of the best things that Bella Beauty Bar knows how to do is a dark shimmer. And I know some people don't like dark shimmers, but I like them because I like to use them like on the outer part before you get to the mattes in the outer corner, and I use it to contour in. I almost always like to use 2 shimmers in a look. I actually have 3 on the lid right now, but that's what I love about this palette. These deep shimmers are giving, and this is the shade Belladonna. So this shade has so many flips in it. It actually has, let me see, it has some of this, some of this, and some of this, some of the purple. So if you use this shade, you could do a look tying any of those shades together. And that's one of the reasons I love it so much, because it's so weird. So this one, like this mustardy yellow with these 2 in the crease. And then Belladonna, hold on. Belladonna on the lid is so pretty. Belladonna also goes with this shade, Bleeding Heart. So as long as you find a way to make all these shades work, like you could do this in the inner corner, this in the outer, and then this to deepen up with Belladonna on the lid. Or you could do the green and the mustard with Belladonna on the lid. Like there's so many different combos you could create with a shade like that, and that's not the only one in this palette that is like that. Also, this shade Wolfsbane has gray in it, but it also has this gorgeous purple flip to it. These 3 shades together are beautiful. The 4 of them are beautiful as well. Poison Hemlock is another one of my favorites. This palette holds some of my favorite shimmers of all time. They're so freaking good. I love them, but I love Poison Hemlock as well for the same reason. They're so pigmented too, like so richly pigmented, and I love them so much. So this shade really makes this like greenish gray look so good with these 2 blues, this on the inner part and then this on the outer half of the lid before you get to the outer corner. It's such a pretty shade. Do you see what I mean? It's so gorgeous. It's so like glittery and just highly reflective. Another favorite shade, this one, Angel's Trumpet. This is so stunning. It is so outstanding. My dogs are shedding so freaking bad. Amanda literally vacuumed our entire downstairs last night and then mopped her way to the bedroom. And when we got up this morning, I'd let the dogs out and the whole floor is covered in hair. Like, it's so bad. And they're little dogs. I feel for her because she's the vacuumer. But look at this shade. It's so stunning. So this one's called Angel's Trumpet. And I love this shade because I love fall colors, especially on the eye. And this one really pulls these together, even the brown and this all over the lid is so delicious. And you could even do some of this on the inner part as well, even highlight some in the inner corner too. This is just such a fun palette, one of my favorites in my whole collection. It actually ranked #1 last year, and for good reason. Like, if you're someone who likes to have lighter shades in a palette and you pull another palette in with this, the looks are going to be freaking unreal, especially with the Green Goddess that just came out. That would be so fantastic. But this is definitely a 10 out of 10 palette, in my opinion. I think it's so freaking fantastic. And I love the artwork. Okay, so now I have some like randoms. I do have some stuff from Unearthly and Gourman Girls. But let's switch to the randoms for just a moment, because I have to talk about this palette from Clionadh. This is the OCEANO palette. So this one launched alongside 2 others. I only picked up the one, but I've been questioning my sanity ever since because this is amazing. One of my favorite color stories that I have ever seen. It is so beautiful, such an inspiring palette, so fun and bright and vibrant and exciting. So when I first saw this palette, my eye automatically went to this combo here with this bright orange. Love it so much. So these shimmers are so freaking gorgeous. This is my favorite, but this is such a very weird combination. Do you not agree? So what I did was I put this orange in the inner part and then put this deep, well, this like grungy green in the outer, and then did the same thing with the shimmers. And then I used the shade Undertow to deepen up. I think I might have mixed manta ray, like mixed them together, and I deepened up the outer corner. But this combo is so delicious, so freaking beautiful and fun and weird. And that's one of my favorite things. Like, you'll see like throughout this video, I love finding weird combinations like that and finding ways to put them together. I mean, I've said that 100 times, but hopefully you're seeing it, you know. The only thing I will say about this palette is the fallout on this one is so real. These mattes are really lightly pressed, so if you have this or you plan on picking it up, I do recommend doing your eyes first, but it almost makes them easier to blend at the same time. So it's kind of like an easier matte formula to work with because of that. But I did want to throw that out there in case that's a deal breaker for you. But the shimmers in this palette are so fun. But honestly, my favorite thing about it are the really weird color combinations. This in the inner corner, this throughout the rest of the crease with Undertow to deepen up. And you could do these 2 blues on the lid. It's so freaking stunning. I just had such a freaking blast with this one. And these shimmers are truly just out of this world. So outstanding. I love the Clionadh shimmers, but I love like how that goes from like blue to this most gorgeous shade of periwinkle as well. It's just so breathtaking. We actually got a bunch of like shimmers from Clionadh, and I got 2 little quads and that Deep Sea Treasures palette. I wanted that when it launched, but I couldn't afford to pick it up. But I do plan on doing like a sit down, get ready with me type of video talking about like the creators and friends trip, and I'm excited to have those, to use them, because those little quads are so freaking cute. But I just had to mention this one because this is such a unique color story. Truly like show-stopping. So beautiful. Oh my god, this one. This is the Harvest of Souls from Fantasy Cosmetica. I actually am wearing Fantasy Cosmetica, so that's cool. But this is such a fun color story. Truly one of a kind, honestly. It's so beautiful. And that's another thing I love about them is they create very weird shimmers too. Weird in the best way. This shade right here is, it has this green base, but the glitter reflect in it is this color. And it makes these two pair together in the most beautiful way. I had such a great time with this palette. And that was one of my favorite combos that I've ever done. Let's see that one swatched out. So to you, it kind of looks like bluish purple. But when you put it on top, see it's kind of iridescent. But let's swatch out the mattes. Their mattes are so good too. Like I literally had such a blast today creating this look. I was so excited. I instantly, as soon as I opened it, I saw a bunch of looks. They're just one of those brands that really know how to inspire, and I love them so much. But like those mattes together, that's such a weird combo. But I love it. I love it so much. So now I'm going to put the shimmer on top of both of those shades. Now you can see how blue it is on top of that one. I'm currently rereading Zodiac Academy and I'm on book 2 and I'm so like entranced. I'm listening to the audiobook right now because it makes it easier to be able to read. I mean, technically it's not reading, but you get the point. When I'm busy, I get to just turn it on and listen. But those are beautiful. Let's do it on another green just to see. If you are not a person, this shade Knowledge, oh, it's so pretty. But if you are not a person that swatches your whole entire palette out, I cannot recommend it more. That's how I like to come up with looks. And I also recommend, like, say you swatch it in this direction. Don't always follow the colors. Sometimes go against it. You know what I mean? And doing that will help you see other colors pop out as well. Look at it with that green. That is so beautiful. And it's crazy that that shade creates all of those. And like, even though they might have similar vibes, they are all different depending on what you put that shade on top of. That's the thing I love about all of these palettes, and what they all have in common is even though some of them may be 9 pans, some of them larger, you can create so many different looks. You just have to have the eye to like see those looks. These purples with these greens as a two-tone matte like situation, and then this green and this one, this purple on the lid is so stunning. Even a green eye, like using these two mattes in the crease, do this purple in the inner corner, this on the lid, kind of how I have the orange, and then do a little bit of this on the inner part. That look is so beautiful as well. I love this pea green shade. It's one of my favorite shades like that in my collection. This really, really deep green is really gorgeous as well. This is just truly an outstanding palette, and I love the artwork. I said in my video today with the Ranger palette, I do not know who does their artwork, but they are so incredibly talented. These are so fun. It's like, I love to read fantasy books, and it's like they come to life in these palettes, and I love it so much. It's so fun. This one is new to me and I'm in love. It's the new palette from Singe Beauty, the Agate Temptation. I always say it wrong, but I love this. So there are similar color stories to this out there, but I feel like the undertones of this color story truly is what makes this phenomenal. And like the other palettes, you have some like kind of weird shades in this that you might not make sense when at first glance, but when you can find a way to make them work in each eye look, it truly makes them so makes them so fun. I did not mean to say that, but it makes them so fun. And this palette is so freaking stunning. I've had so much fun with it. The shade right here is so beautiful, and orange and green are two of my favorite colors, and I love them on the eyes as well. And I love the way this shade really just pulls them all together. It's so stunning. I did do this combo on my channel if you guys are interested in seeing it and you haven't yet, but I think this is so stunning, and this palette is so fun. And again, the thing it has in common with the others is that you can get so many different types of looks out of this. And when you have like these one-off shades thrown in, like this shade right here, it really just changes up the whole entire vibe. You could create almost the exact same look I have on my eye with this palette, even though these palettes could not be more different. Like, you get similar vibes with this one, but if I had to pick between the two, I would still go with this one. It's so freaking gorgeous. I love it so much because you can do like these types of looks with this palette, but you can also get those really bright, fun looks. You could do one and done looks. It's just truly so stunning. I really love like the mustards with the browns as well. This just has my heart. You have bright, vibrant, beautiful things, but you also have really gorgeous, grungy, mustard, swampy things. And that's like my two loves coming together in a palette with my two favorite colors. Like, sign me up. It's truly outstanding. This one is so beautiful too. And my favorite thing about it is the shimmers, but I also love the full color story. So this is the Avatar from Unearthly Cosmetics. We have the Earth palette, I'm pretty sure. Yes, it made sense. So, but these shimmers are truly so stunning. And the undertones of these mattes, like this is like such a one-off shade, and this palette as well, but it really makes it that much more fun and interesting in my opinion. And she is beautiful. This shade right here, like doing an all green look using some of these greens. This shade has like green and peach, or you could do green and pink, but find like a bright, beautiful pink shade or peach and put it in your inner corner with this on the lid and the greens out here. It's gonna be so stunning with that peach pop, especially if you have a peach liner. And ColourPop has one called Peach Fuzz, and it's one of my favorites. But these two together are such a match made in heaven. Like, and she is so pigmented. Honestly, I should have brought the Dexter palette in this video. I have it stored differently though, so I didn't even see it, but that would be a good one. Maybe we'll have a part 3, like as time goes on. I keep adding more palettes to my collection, so I can keep showing you like what maybe some of my favorites are. But again, I love this one because of the one-off. You could do like these two greens, these two. You could do green and brown. The brown will help kind of ground the look if that's what you want. This is such a gorgeous palette. Everyone raved about these Avatar palettes, and I didn't pick them up at the time. I finally did, and I'm really glad I did because they got the hype for a really good reason. This formula is phenomenal, and these shimmers are insane. We have 11 palettes to go still, so I'm trying to like tell you guys all the things I want to say without spending too much time, because I have been doing that. Whoops. But the next palette I want to talk about, this one I got in PR, and it is the Drops of Fantasy from DD Signature. This one is newer to me, but I've had a freaking blast with this palette. It's so good. And again, we have the greens with that similar type of shade. So pretty with the peach. Let's go ahead and swatch that out. It's shades like these that really help me bridge these fun colors together. So you could do this in the inner corner as like the pop, then do the greens, that green specifically throughout the whole crease, using this to deepen up on the outer corner. And then you have this gorgeous green pink shade, and it has like a little bit of a fiery peach, maybe even a little bit of yellow. But do you see how freaking wonderful that combo is? The video I did with this palette actually did not get very many views, and I'm sad because those looks were freaking fire. If you have not seen it, I'll try to remember to link it down below, but it's one of my recent videos and I could not recommend it more. The looks were so good, and she really did something with this palette. At first glance, it kind of looks like a rainbow palette, but trust me when I say this is like the ultimate spring and summer palette. It's so fun. This blue shade right here has this green base with this, like these colors in the glitter reflect. They're so fun, and it really ties those two colors together. I mean, that's not hard to do to begin with, but you get what I'm saying. And then you have this gorgeous hollow here. This is such a fun palette. Truly had such a blast with it. She did such a great job. This is her best palette that she has launched this far, and it deserves way more hype than what it's getting. Oh, and this one. Oh, how I love this palette. Honestly, the Ink and Roses could have been added to this as well, but unfortunately it got busted in my luggage and the mirror got broke. I'm gonna try to like tape it because that palette sold out, you know, so there's no chance of me getting it again anytime soon. But I love that one as well for similar reasons as I do these. This color story is so beautiful. It's giving spring, summer, and fall, and I absolutely love that. I do have pan in one of my shades as well, but I love the way this same shade, as you can tell, I have a love for peach and green, but you could also do the pink as well if you wanted to. They all go with this shade, and I love finding ways to tie them together. And sometimes I try to do it in different ways than maybe what I have before, but this is such a fun palette, so phenomenal. Love the looks that I created as well, but the shimmers in here are what makes this palette so much more fun. This shade right here is really tying together the pink and the green. You can really see that flip there. It's so freaking gorgeous. I just absolutely loved this, and I'm almost positive I did a look using the peach and the green. It could have even been the pink and the green. I can't remember, but it is here on my channel. Do you see that gold peeking through as well? This is such a fun palette, and honestly, you could even do like these more, like this more like red shade with the orange, and maybe even tie in the pink somewhere and get the same like really cool effect with that same shade and completely make it look completely different. I'm getting so tongue-tied. I'm so sorry, but I get so excited when I talk about my palettes. I love it so much. I could not do this video without mentioning at least one Cosmic Beauty palette. So in some of my older ones, my like top favorite palettes from them are in those, but I really love this one too, and it's one of my favorite warm tone palettes in my collection. This one is really neutral heavy. This is like my dream neutral palette. I love this so much, and the shimmers in this palette make this color story so much more fun. I feel like they're so outstanding. Let me show you some of my favorite shades. This shade Desire is like putty. It's like red, swampy green. It really ties like a lot of these mustards with like this shade. It looks kind of gray on camera, but it's more of like a light khaki color in person. It's so stunning. But this in the inner corner, this mustard shade with Lust and Rumor in the outer part, and then these two on the lid together are so good. I love this shade. It's like that antique gold kind of shade. That's one of my favorite looks I did with this palette, but I really love this shade too. Do you see how like grungy it is? It really ties those two shades in together as well. So like these two on the lid with those two shades are so good. But you guys know I freaking love these like iridescent shades. And do you see like how fiery red that is? It's so freaking pretty. Such a gorgeous highlight too. This is just an inspiring palette for me that helps me create some really interesting types of color stories. This shade right here is truly just so phenomenal. Somehow I managed to forget how freaking incredible this one is. And I pulled it out not long ago and like used it and created such a fun look. And I fell in love with it all over again. And it's the Gloomy Gardens from Dyvern Cosmetics. I forgot how freaking amazing these shimmers are. I thought that they had upgraded their shimmer formula, but these are the same great formula that they have always been. So I don't know what the hell I was thinking, but I love these shimmers so much, especially this one, because again, you have the green, the orange, and the peach, and that really ties them in together so well. So does this one. But one of my favorite things about this palette is this shade. It's so pretty. It has like this beautiful green base to it, and even in the swatch it's kind of pulling off purple, but when you put it, oh, like that's so good. I like to set the inner part of my eye a little bit. That way I can really go in with this shade heavy on the inner corner, but allow it to be set. That way I can lighten it just a little, because I am very fair. If you're not very fair, you wouldn't have to do that. But, and then putting it throughout the whole crease. But then as we get to the outer part, in the main part of the crease, add a little bit of this like cool tone purple shade, and then use this shade to deepen up with the shimmer on the lid, and it's so freaking beautiful. You could even add a little bit of this one, I think. Oh, it's so pretty. So pretty. Like you can see it, the way it looks like all come together. It's stunning. They are really such a fun brand, so up and coming. I've picked up all of their releases except for their first one, which was like the moth and something, and I wish I would have grabbed that one too, because honestly it was pretty at the time, but my funds were limited, and there was like a bunch of other launches for brands I was following heavily, so I wasn't able to pick it up. But I don't think it's available anymore. That's why I'm like, ugh, I should have grabbed it. But this is such a unique combination. That's the whole point, and I feel like it's so vibrant, so fun, and so beautiful, and I love it with my whole heart. Honestly, you could do this light shade in the inner corner, run this throughout the rest of the crease, and then deepen up with this. You could even fade it to where it goes in to meet this color, and that could be really cool, especially when you put this on the lid as well. Like, it's so stunning. It's been a while since I've done that combo, and I would love to do it again, but I'm really into that green and peach type of vibe. I mean, it's kind of that today, but this one's more mustard than anything. More like orangish, you know, kind of desert vibes, which I love as well. But I'm really drawn to that combo right now. So this one really has my heart. Okay, outside of the honorable mentions, I have two brands left, and they're both favorites. So the first one I want to talk about is Gourman girls. I love them. So it's no secret, my favorite palette from them is the peach palette. It's so freaking good, because again, it brings peach and green together. That was the first time I realized like what a great combo those two were together. It's because of that palette, and because of that palette I have created some of my top favorite looks, but I mentioned it in a previous video like this. So we're going to talk about two other favorites. First of all, we have the Frozen Kiss. Mine has tape on it because I took it with me to Vegas over on Christmas at a Creators and Friends Christmas party. Okay, I'm gonna let it go. We don't have time for this today. Anyways, I love this palette. Again, the artwork is so pretty. The packaging, I think it's beautiful along with the font. But again, you can look at this palette and probably see why I love it so much, and there's so many reasons. The first two being these two shades. They're really unique in a wintry palette, and I feel like because they're in here, it really adds so many more like directions you could take a different look within the palette. It's so stunning. And then you have like these more muted tones down here, and then you have these two bright pops, which are so perfect for this palette. The looks that I've created with this are so freaking good, at least in my opinion. I think these are beautiful, and she has these really cool marbled shades in here, and I love the shimmers. This is one of her first hollows, and it is so beautiful. Like, she's gorgeous. But my favorite thing about this palette is the freaking color story. The color story is truly chef's kiss because of the mattes, and I love them so much. There are so many different types of looks you could create with this. These two shades together, like throughout the crease, do the mint in the inner corner, do the purple, and the outer deepen up with this purple. And the shade on the lid is so freaking beautiful. The shade on the lid with either one of these in the crease or both, if you like two-tone looks like I do, with this on the lid is so freaking gorgeous. This shade is truly just so beautiful. It has like this really beautiful soft green like this shade, but it also has like this gorgeous gold peach situation. It's truly so breathtaking. Makes a gorgeous inner corner shade as well. This is such an inspiring palette. She did such a phenomenal job. This is hands down the best winter palette I think that launched this winter. It still sticks out in my mind, and I get so excited every time I think about using it. These two together are so good though. Honestly, this in the crease, deepened up with this dark brown, with a pop of this mint in the inner corner, this on the lid would be such a gorgeous combo too. This is just one of those really inspiring palettes in my collection. I absolutely love this one. But this, the Bitten palette, was one of the best Valentine's Day launches, and I love this. This palette is really fun for me because you do have these more muted tones. You have the gorgeous wines, this beautiful lilac shade, and mixed with these grays truly just transform the whole palette, especially when you consider this pop of red in here. This is breathtaking. So beautiful. I feel so inspired to use this one. I bet these two would be pretty together in an odd way. You could probably create some really fun looks using them together. But these palettes, this format from her is truly my sweet spot. I love it so much. And I think she and Doodles by the Bunny come up with some of the best color stories together. Like these on the lid together, it's so stunning. You could even use some of this shade to really help tie it all together. This is so fun, so beautiful. Think about it, and if you had this like in the inner part, this on the outer corner, you could even use one of these like lighter purples, like even use this more lilac shade to blend it out, and then do a really beautiful red wing with the red waterline. It's so stunning. Now I kind of really want to do that. But I think this one is just so phenomenal. And again, she's so great at coming up with some like color stories that are maybe something you might have seen before, but she always adds this extra twist, and I feel like those twists are what makes her palettes surpass the others, and they're fantastic. Last brand, and who is surprised that it's Unearthly Cosmetics? Because I'm not. I freaking love them. They're one of my top favorite brands of all time. One of the first indie brands I started buying from, and I fell in love instantly, not even just with their eyeshadows, but their blushes. They've came out with several different blush formulas. I've loved all of them. Their highlighters, their lip liners, their lipsticks. Today I am wearing Gnarly. I love them so much. They're so fantastic. But this girl, she knows color, and she knows how to make the most fun, exciting color stories, and she really did that with Murky Meadow. I am so in love with this palette. This is a freaking masterpiece. I love this with every fiber of my being, and one of my favorite looks I've ever done, like literally of all time, was with this palette. This is like an amped up neutral palette, and that's what I love. This shade is so amazing. So pigmented, but so neon-esque. It's so beautiful. And this shade, really, I love that peach flip added with this shade. This is so freaking incredible. If I can find it, I will play my reel so you guys can see it, because I love that look so much. I do have a video up creating that look as well if you guys are interested in checking it out. But do you see how pigmented that is on nothing, like a dry base? That's so crazy, insane. It's so beautiful. And I like these types of neutrals. The more grungy side, the warm tone, like rustic yellow types of neutrals, those are my favorite. But I feel like adding in this really just makes this palette a 10 out of 10. And all of the shimmers in this are really beautiful as well. The halo eye you could create with this, shimmer or mattes or both, is truly so good. I still haven't gotten to do these two shades together on their own, and I really want to do that. I need to make that happen as soon as possible. But even this shade, do you see like that really pretty, it's kind of like red reflect in it? It's so stunning. This is such a freaking crazy good palette. She is small, but she is mighty. I absolutely love this. Worth every single cent. Okay, so the next two I did get in PR. We have the Just a Taste and the Gargoyle. I should have brought out the High Temp, but I think I talked about it in the last one. That one was really good too. But this has two of my favorite things. It has cool tones and blues. I love them, but this shade right here is so beautiful. It has like this really gorgeous like peachy shift, and when you put it on top of other shades, it truly just transforms in the most beautiful way. But before I get into that, this quad right here has my whole entire heart. I love it so much. These two, like in the outer corner, you could even deepen up with a little bit of this, but then you put this light green in the inner part of the eye with this on the lid. This, you could even add a little bit of this. It's so pretty. It's one of my favorites. I really love these together on the eye as well. I think she does a really good job at making her palettes to where you could just use the quads, and like you could even go like all the way around like that. You could do a row. This shade in the inner part of the lid with the purple on the outer is really beautiful too, especially when you put these two. I love two-tone looks like that. You guys know they're my favorite, but this shade is one of my favorites, and it makes such a beautiful highlight. I did a look where I used mostly, I think it was just the gray and the black, and did a full-on smoky eye. And then I dug through my collection and I found a really bright peach, and I did that on the inner corner, and then I put this all over the lid, and it was so freaking delicious. It was a look that I did off camera one day for like a doctor's appointment or something, and I was so in love with that look. It made me fall so in love with this palette, but for good reason, because this one is so beautiful. She did such a freaking fantastic job, and I love the artwork. I always love her artwork. It's so like weird, but in the coolest way, and it's always a favorite for me. Again, it brings the fantasy world to life, and I love it. Just a Taste is also a favorite. I was actually just talking about this today with her. This is a masterpiece. my mind automatically splits them, and they also look like such beautiful 9 pans as well. My dogs are downstairs howling because Amanda is outside and they're very sad, so I apologize. But moving on, we also have these gorgeous quads that she's already put together for you. She lays her palettes out so perfectly. This and throughout the crease with the red, and these two come on, and then you have this quad, and again these two shades together in a two-tone look are so beautiful as well, especially with those on the lid. This one is so pretty because it has like this peachy vibrance to it that's a little orange, a little pink, a little, it's a lot, but it looks so beautiful with these other 3 shades together. Like this palette, I could be here all day, like pointing out how freaking amazing this palette is. This, like probably around the end of August, when everyone starts posting their Halloween content, I am gonna start doing like 4 looks, 4 palettes videos with my older like Halloween palettes, because I have to get some more use out of these, and I would love to do it on camera. But this is truly so freaking good. But it's not even my favorite from them. My favorite is the Not Normal Remastered. The artwork is so cool. I love this so much. But this color story is phenomenal. Cool tones and colorful. Sign me up. This emerald shade being in here makes this such a freaking gorgeous palette. And I love purple and green together. Like, that's no secret. But look at this color story. This, I just saw this as soon as I looked down at this palette. So this in the crease, this in the crease to deepen. You could even add in a little bit of smoke. Who's kidding who? If this was my look and I was creating it, I definitely would. But it would be so pretty with this lavender shade, like in the outer part, and then this on the rest of the lid, because it's kind of like, I don't even know how to explain that. It's green, purple. It's beautiful. I don't even know how to describe it. There's like so many weird shifts to that. You can kind of see that like really bright lilac shade in there, but this on the lid would be so stunning. You could even make it easier for yourself in like blending and add a little bit of charisma like towards the, to meet up with the mattes. That way you don't have to work as hard to fade it into the purple. But that's a beautiful color story, and I have a feeling it would create such a gorgeous look. But this is one of my favorite palettes in my whole entire collection. I'm obsessed with Topaz. She is so vibrant and beautiful, but I love the shade Curious and Exercise. Oh, I told you, I really love mustards and swampy types of colors. They're so fun. I love this palette. I want to use it like right now. Just stop what I'm doing and create a look. This is just so fun. This is one of my favorite palettes in this whole entire video. That's all I'm saying. It's so good. And are we noticing how well this lipstick is holding up in this whole video? Because you might be seeing like an hour's worth of footage, but I've been here like 2 hours, and I've taken breaks. I drank a whole chai latte and everything. So take that for what you will. Now this next one, I was gifted by one of you guys, and I love you so much for giving me this, because it haunted me. I had the original 3 and I had them in a previous video. Those 3 palettes are what made me fall in love with Unearthly Cosmetics and are the reason I started buying from other indie brands, because I was so excited, so ecstatic by the shimmers in those palettes and the color stories that I had to have more, and I've never looked back. They're the reason I have this whole channel and everything. So to say I was so sad that I did not get this palette is such an understatement. She had to take them down because of a situation over the artwork, I think, and that's why she brought them back for a minute, but she had to bring them back without the artwork. But it was a whole thing, and one of my wonderful subscribers sent me this, and it was freaking brand new, but it's such a masterpiece. to say I lost my mind when I finally got this in my hands. I love this. I cannot wait to use it to create more looks. This shade is like a periwinkle yellow. This shade. This would be so pretty with what I have on right now. And I love like these antique gold kinds of shades. This is so pretty too. Awaken. She has Awaken in something else. I'm almost positive I've seen Awaken in something else of hers. She did tell me that she has brought some of these shades back from these 4 palettes in other palettes, but I was so excited to finally have this version, and honestly, it was so worth the wait. The matte reds in here are so pretty. This is such a funky color story, and I love it. I'm so here for it. I cannot wait to play with this more. This is one I don't like to bring on camera often because I do know the hype that surrounded this, and it really FOMO sucks. I've been there. I had it too for a long time, and I'm very lucky that someone was kind enough to get this to me, but that's why I don't bring it out often. But man, I want to create more looks with this, and it's hard to because I'm always like filming most of my makeup looks, so I don't really get to play with that one very often. And she's beautiful, so beautiful. Amanda has such a freaking talent for creating the most grungy, gorgeous color stories, and that's why I will always be such a fan of Unearthly Cosmetics. And Amanda is awesome. I actually got to meet her at the Creators and Friends event, and it's shocking like how down to earth she is, and we have like so much in common. It's crazy. Like, she really helped my social anxiety and all of those things, because I don't know, I could tell she was struggling the same way I was, and it made me feel a lot better. She's a really good person, so I do recommend Unearthly for that reason as well. But even if she sucked, I mean, she doesn't, but even if she did, her makeup is so freaking good, I could probably look over it. It's so good. Okay, so those are the palettes that I really was excited to show you guys and tell you. Out of all the palettes in my collection, those are the ones that are truly just unforgettable and stand out. But as I said, I do have some honorable mentions. There are 4 palettes from the same brand, and hear me out. I bought these at Christmas and I just started using them. I got so like swamped with new releases that I just didn't get time to get to these. They're the Odin's Eye Christmas palettes. So the original 2, everyone knows, those are some of my favorite palettes, and actually I do love them for the same reasons that I loved all the other ones I mentioned. But these ones are newer to me. But when I first got these, like I said, it was around Christmas time. I kind of side-eyed them because I was born and raised here in America, and for us, like, this is not Christmas at all. They're more so giving spring and summer. So recently I started using this one. This is the Rosy Jingle, and this screams spring here in the United States. I don't know if it's different like where they're from, so maybe for them it is a Christmas palette, but for me this is so spring, and this palette shocked me. All 4 of these did. They are so freaking beautiful and so good for spring and summer. I love this. So I wore this one to the first day that I made it to Creators and Friends in Destin, and I loved it. I got so many compliments on it as well. It's truly shockingly beautiful, and I had more fun with it than I ever expected to. You could get some gorgeous neutral eyes, some really quick one and done types of eye looks. You could go full glam, which you know is what I prefer, but this one really shocked me. Now I'm not going to do like a whole deep dive into these. I just want to quickly run through and show them to you. So then we have the Hey Reindeer. I think the Rosy Jingle released this year, or you know, at the end of 2024, but I think Snow Dream And this one might have been, I don't know, I can't remember. So this is the Hey Reindeer, and again, I can see some winter with it with these cool tone blues and stuff, but this still gives spring and summer to me. This one is so beautiful as well. These shimmers are truly outstanding. I freaking love this orange. It's like a orange fiery pink shade. It's called Candy Canes. It's so beautiful, but when used with these two shades, it's so stunning. Also, like the orange with this beautiful, like cool tone pinkish purple kind of shade. It's truly so beautiful. I'm shocked at how much I love these. Now, I would never use them to get Christmas looks here, but for me, they're really good spring and summer palettes. I really, really love this one as well. And it's the Snow Dream. So this one is beautiful. This is like giving me, if you take out the red, it's sandy beach vibes. You have the blues, the greens, these neutral tones. You could get some really good looks out of this one too, really quick looks. These four shades together are so beautiful. These two with this on the lid is beautiful, or even this shade right here. This is such a gorgeous holochrome. It has like this really beautiful purple, like silver shift to it as well. Like, it is so stunning. Again with the again with the green under my nail. Please overlook that. But you can really see those holographic glitters in there. This is just truly breathtaking. I feel like you could do really subtle looks with this as well, but really make them stand out in such a beautiful way. Such a beautiful palette. I kind of wish they would have not have made these Color Stories Christmas themed and released them at a different time of the year. Maybe their spring. It could have been, I feel like it could have been better. Now this one I do see Christmas. This is a Silvery Bliss, and I love this. You can see she's gotten tons of love. This palette is so fun. As I said earlier with the Gourman Girls palette, I love grays with wines and reds. I think they're so beautiful together. The shimmers in this palette are truly breathtaking as well. Like this shade. I can't even tell you what it's called. Vision. It's like a black and purple. It's so freaking pretty. So like this color combo, honestly, instead of the red, you could even do this shade. It's kind of red, but it has more of a purpley undertone to it. But these two throughout the whole crease, deepened up with the black. You could do such a gorgeous halo eye with that shade on like the ends, and then one of these shimmers in the center, and it would be so beautiful. This is just such a fun palette. Great for like New Year's looks as well. It's so stunning. The black shade is even called New Year's End, but I absolutely love these, and I wish I would have given them more time when they first launched, because now like nobody's really interested in them anymore, but they are still available if you are interested. I meant like the masses, not just you like individually, you know what I mean. But they are so beautiful. I'm so happy to have them in my collection. I love them so much. Well, you guys, this video was so fun. I hope it was fun for you as well. I love going through palettes. I love picking out stuff that really excites me and being able to share it with you guys. So now, please let me know, what palettes do you feel like would fit in this category that you have in your collection? I'm curious to see if you mentioned some that I've maybe mentioned in the past, or maybe you're thinking of some that I mentioned in today's video. I cannot wait to hear your thoughts. If there's any other kind of videos like this that you can think of that you would love to see me do, please let me know. I really appreciate your thoughts on that. It's very helpful. But if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help me out. And until next time, bye.